From an early stage of her career, Kaija has been deeply involved in technology, but thinking of it very much as a way of extending musical possibilities. So she wrote works that combined electronics on the one hand with conventional instruments on the other, producing new sounds that sometimes you didn't know which you were listening to, producing a new kind of synthesis. You might call it a sort of technologically augmented sound. So she did that. And then she brought some of the things that she'd learned from doing that to purely instrumental writing. And in this way, she developed a very distinctive voice of her own.
Saariaho has one of the most unique and individual voices in the music of today. And she's developed this over a period of 40 or 50 years, of course. We tend to think of her music from the 1980s as blending elements of electronic music with orchestral music or with acoustic sounds. And her music has really developed out of this deep understanding of electronic music. And that understanding has she's arrived at that understanding through shaping sound in her music. So I think it's this fantastic shape and control over sound and color that comes across in a music that makes it sound so distinctive.
The goal of a composer is to create an incredibly individual sound world and a signature kind of language and sound. And I think she has really accomplished this to an experienced ear. One can instantly hear how she masterfully blends and creates a whole different sound world with a technique only she can use and a language only she can use. It has a very mystical voice, and it brings you sort of to the root of nature, which she was talking about. It has a deep a depth to it, a lot of different kinds of sounds that maybe are not easily distinguishable, but bring you sort of inward and respect the outward.
One thing that sets her apart from others is this imaginative sound world that she creates. When she was a child, she said that she heard music at home, but she actually imagined music coming out of her pillow at night. And I think that's such a wonderful image, because I think that as a child, that there's something, a seed, a kernel in that has bloomed in her music. And I think a lot of it has to do with texture and tone color. You can think of maybe like a Persian rug or something, and what she does exceptionally well is the blending of these textures and colors together, whether she's blending vocal music with instrumental music, as in her vocal works, in her operas and in her songs. Also the seamless blend of electronic music in her acoustic music, where many times you can't really tell where the electronic music starts and the acoustic music ends and starts. It's this beautiful seamless blend.
She's always interested in the sounds and the timbres that it allows her to use with conventional instruments. But it's the sounds that are important, the timbres that are important, the colors, the textures, and the sort of sensuous experiences that she can give you through using these things. So never technology for its own sake, although the technology is important. And it's always this, there's the sensuous quality, there's a tremendous delicacy about Kaija's music as well. There's always more to the score. There's a surface that is very enjoyable, and then you find these layers and these colors which just open themselves to you. It's a delicious world to experience, and there's always something very human about the way she tries to communicate to us. She has a great deal to say about our humanity and the way in which she experiences it. And this is something I think is very vital about her music.